Everyone can see that their favorite artists have tons of things that they're doing that keep them on the top of their fans' minds. But when most DIY artists attempt to replicate what they see in their favorite acts, they make crucial mistakes. Since I have been a part of the marketing of countless recordings in the Billboard Top 100, I'm going to talk about many of the techniques used to get them there and what DIY artists are often overlooking when they're trying to make a big splash with their music. Hi, I'm Jesse Cannon, and this is Musformation. It's amazing how intimidated artists get about how they're not going to be able to do anything that makes a splash with their music because they see how many people are vying for their audience's attention, and they give up on making much effort into it because they just feel overwhelmed with what they're going to have to do. But I'm here to tell you that it's not actually that hard to do all the steps you need to do to let the songs that you've written reach their potential by marketing them well. Now, I know this can sound cheesy, but I want to talk about real actionable things. I'm going to give you a lot of advice that hopefully will connect with you. I often think about this one quote from Warren Buffett, who's not really my favorite person to quote, but he talks about how an idiot with a plan can beat a genius with none. And I've really seen that because I work with musicians and they're idiots with a plan and then they get really popular. See what I did there? So the first thing I think most musicians miss, and is more important every single year when I look back, is constant sustained promotion. The key ingredient in a marketing plan for getting a potential fan to discover you is constant sustained promotion. Anything that's going to help you build a fan base today needs to be done consistently over a long period of time with no lapses in promotion. Many musicians suffer from absent periods where they drop off the radar of their fans that are super inconsistent and just have to do with the lapses in motivation they experience. This inconsistency depletes your momentum and makes fans feel like you're not somebody they should be paying attention to. I don't like to use the term secrets very often, but if I'm asked for one of them, I always point to this constant, sustained repetition of promotion. Building your fan base is like pushing a snowball up a mountain. The more you roll it, the more it grabs other pieces of snow and grows, like your fan base. If you stop rolling for a short time, the ball will begin to melt in the sun. The key is to not rest and keep pushing it up that mountain. As the ball gets bigger and bigger, others see it and want to come look at this humongous snowball, adding some snow to it themselves. Continuing to feed your fans content in a constant, sustained way keeps that snowball rolling and growing in size. When you stop, fans forget about you. They stop following you on social networks. They grow up and move on to another type of music. It's important to constantly make new fans so you can compensate for the ones that inevitably move on. Without this sustained and constant promotion, you'll lose fans while you're absent and never gain the momentum you need to really take advantage of the fans you make and broaden your fan base. So how do you actually do this constant, sustained promotion? Well, that's really what marketing is for musicians these days. There's a reason that all the major labels stopped calling their marketing people the marketing department and instead now call them PMs, which means project managers. Trust me, when I started working at Atlantic Electra doing these documentaries and talking to people, I was shocked by this. But they call them that because much of marketing is making sure you have eventful events in a consistent way, and you have to manage that project and keep it on track. And that's so much of the marketing job these days. So what do I mean by eventful, though? Well, here's a definition. Eventful promotions are ones that actually make your fan base stop and give you the attention you're requesting. It's eventful enough that they tell others. This does not mean just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. Whenever I'm in a meeting and we're brainstorming how we get fans for an artist, we think about what will make fans talk and tell people who aren't fans about them and what this artist that they enjoy is doing. Because that's the most effective way of building up an artist and getting them more fans, up to when people just hear their music and like it. The other thing we're always thinking about is how we get more people to hear their music. And that's also how we plan eventful promotions. Because we have to remember, if you're reminding people you exist regularly, you create the impression that you're an exciting phenomenon that should be paid attention to and can harness the power of algorithmic recommendations, since if you're putting out music regularly, Spotify and YouTube are going to help you promote it more. So as we discussed in the last video on why you should be releasing singles more often, one of the key ways you do this, since we want people to hear your music, since that's how they actually get interested in you, is you're going to release 8 songs over 12 months or 12 songs over 18 months, which we're going to wrap up into an LP at the end. If you're doubting this, please go back and watch my last video, but In the meantime, let's get into why you're going to do this. So how do we actually get into playing this? So what we're looking at here is a notepad I made for my joke band, Incel Hypebeast. So as you can see right here, I have a list of 8 songs. Now, if you're doing this for your own self, you don't have to have absolutely 8 songs finished. You can have working titles and just some placeholders here. One of the key PR principles of how you do constant sustained promotion is to do something eventful every 2 weeks, and every week do something small that keeps people reminded of your latest promotion and that you exist. This is a crucial thing that nearly every marketing person puts in a marketing plan when they're planning out a release, especially when you're trying to break a new artist in today's attention economy. So I have 8 songs listed here, and the key is I'm going to make sure I have 3 events-videos for every one of these songs. It only takes 8 songs per year to fill up an entire calendar year if you release a single screen YouTube video, a stream of your song, then 2 weeks later a lyric video, then 2 weeks later a music video. It will cover 48 weeks of the year. The thing that is going to make you the most fans is your music, so doing events where people are reminded to listen to it and focusing on content that showcases it rather than something else is crucial here. So just coming up with contests, those are going to be smaller events, and we're not going to count those as big events. Your songs are going to be what gives you the most mileage. So let's talk about these 8 songs that gets us 24 weeks of content. On each of these songs, we have a single screen YouTube video that we're going to premiere first. Then after that, you're going to release the lyric video 2 weeks later, which is going to be another 2 weeks. Now, a lot of people think, oh my God, a lyric video is so hard. But we have to remember, there's so many easy ways to do a lyric video. There's apps to do it. There's nearly every computer program allows you to do it. Or you could fill yourself with your phone, literally just throwing pieces of paper with the lyrics up or scrunching them up and do stop motion videos. All it takes is effort. For Incel Hypebeast, since he's a hypebeast, maybe I'll spell out all the lyrics of his song with all his expensive clothing. You should find something with these lyrics videos to show your aesthetic, and it should show something about you and your personality. Now, I know also making 8 music videos seems really tough for a lot of you, but I was watching the Lil Peep documentary this weekend, and he would just go outside and film one right after he was done. You don't have to put all the effort in the world, and sure, putting more effort in does get you bigger results, but if you don't have the resources to put a lot of effort in, you have a phone. Get creative. That gets us up to 24 weeks by releasing 8 songs. And if we want to fill out half the year and be done with that, all you have to do is come up with one other special video. So if you look down here at what I'm talking about, I talk about a collab murder video between me and Hobo Player. Hobo Player is my fictitious friend, and we're going to fake that we murdered each other in a video to get both of our fans introduced to each other. So that makes it so that we have all of the big events of the year already planned out. So what about these smaller events? We're going to do smaller things that aren't going to get as much attention. So here I have a list of 11 of them. And no, I'm not going to go through all 26 of them that you need to do because I'm not going to brainstorm that for my stupid fictitious band. But here we are. We have, for example, 2 remixes from Dog Piss and Tank Bat. BTS 1, 2, 3, 4 does not refer to the Korean boy band. I'm talking about behind the scenes videos. So we'll do 4 videos, one every 3 months, of just showing what's been going on in the world of Incel Hypebeast. Then we have 2 tour videos from when I go on week-long tours. Then I come up with a contest. This will be a small event to remind people of my latest single, and I'll talk about that in the video, but it'll be a contest to stand with the Incel Hypebeast at the Supreme Store line with me, since the Supreme Store line takes forever. Another contest to win all the clothes I bought that don't fit me. Another thing I always say in small things is you come out with an interview where you say something eventful. This could be a great small event. In fact, sometimes these can be big events if you really say something interesting. But I would put that in a plan that you're going to think about what you're going to say in an interview, and that's going to be your small events. And think about your interviews all the time like that. I'm going to talk much more about this in a future video. But so if you look here, I've already planned out most of the year. And this is what you should be doing, is typing it into a notepad. Whenever you have an idea for content, put it in your notes app and then start scheduling it into. Now, it's crucial to remember that you need to have this content done way in advance. Now, this could be meaning that you've had your song mastered for 90 days before it comes out and the video's been done for 30 to 60 days. No product manager I know will allow a group to make one of these plans unless they have 60 days to 90 days of content already banked and ready to go so that we have leeway in case something goes wrong with any of the content in the future. Some of them will even make sure that they have all this done 4 to 6 months in advance so that it's able to always come out in a consistent basis. In a future video, I'll talk about how you keep tabs on people and make them hit deadlines, since I know a lot of you are cringing at this just thinking about that. So let's then look at what this looks like. If you look at my calendar, I have for 2 weeks, we're going to be promoting this single screen video for Incel Hypebeast's first single, Ayahuasca Edgebreak. Then we're going to be promoting the lyric video. And then lastly, we're going to be promoting the music video. Then right after that, we're going to start that same pattern again with the next single, literally the day after that. Now, yes, you're going to do those small promotions. I would schedule those in on these off weeks in between where you've messaged them. So as you can see here, I have gone in, I've made sure to show that I'm going to have a behind the scenes video during this week too. That's going to be another thing so that other people draw their attention to me and see that I'm being eventful. If you do this throughout the year or 18 months, if your music is good and you're doing proper promotion in between these things, you should start to see a big difference in your fan base. I'm going to also give you one more final message that's kind of personal. This technique is great discipline if you want to commit yourself to really making things happen with your music this year. And not allowing yourself to deviate from this will be a big commitment. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I started this YouTube channel. I could have done what tons of other people do and post a video here and a video there. But I chose to do 2 a week, which takes about 15 hours of my time every week. And I already have a damn busy schedule with all the things I do. But I did it to force myself into committing to growth, because for the last year I felt really stagnant in my career. So I'm committing to doing something proactive to grow it by having to stick to that schedule. And you can do the same. This plan often is what gets people to stick to being proactive and making sure they make progress on their music. That's it. I hope if you enjoyed this video, you click on my channel, subscribe, like this video, and look at the playlist this is in, since there's tons more videos like this. I also need to know your questions about what no one else is telling you, since in future videos I'm going to answer it, so please leave your questions in the comments. I hope you stay tuned to future videos and subscribe, since I'm going to be breaking down concepts like this and how to promote your music and make music that you're happy with in future videos. As well, I have a Facebook group that's linked below that is only helpful information. No one trying to sell you anything, no playlist or con artists, only artists having helpful discussions allowed. If you want to learn more about me, make a record with me, or check out any of my books, podcasts, or anything else I do, please go to jessecannon.com or head to @jessecannon on all of the socials. See you in the next video.